Hello to the ghouls, the gals, the gays, the creepies, the crawlies, the dead, alive, undead, half alive, whoever's out there. Hello, good night. Happy Halloween. Yes, it is Halloween. It's been spooky season, not to be confused with the two. We'll go more into that another time, but right now I want to get some cards drawn for October. I am going to be doing the full Zodiac soon, probably next week. Was planning on doing it the past couple days, but things come up in real life, don't they? So you're going to have to wait. And in the meantime, I'm going to do a little this and that instead, which you'll probably be seeing a lot of this month because I love Halloween. And spooky season is kind of my thing, right? We go right into November. I think we play. No. So today I'm going to do, obviously, Halloween Oracle for such occasions, and some Daemon deck polls. We'll see what they will tell us. And with the Thoth deck, I'm just going to use this as assistance. I'm not actually going to do any reading with the Thoth deck. I'm going to pretty much play blackjack, but not like the game, like when you pick the dealer. We'll get there. So I want to do a general reading with the Halloween Oracle, Forgiveness, Reducing Burden, to kind of get a special message for everyone for the upcoming month. And I've been saying lately that I've been using the Daemons for more general messages, but since we are doing the beginning of the month, I am going to just see sort of what the financial forecast is going to be for October rather than entrust them with anything else at this time. I'm not saying it's not going to happen again this month. It's Halloween. This is their time. But this is just going to be a quick financial forecast for this month. Okay. That's a little... What do you think? Should we take them all? I was only going to pull 3, but seems like... Oh, God. Fine. We'll take them all. Okay. We've got Daemons. 7? No, I can't do math. I can. I'm actually pretty good at math. I do it in my leisure sometimes, but we got 8 Daemons. That's a lot. It's a lot more than I usually take, but it's Halloween! Ah! Okay. Halloween. And then, like I said, I want to do a general message and overall meaning of this month for all signs. All right, so I want one base card to get the ball rolling. It's 2, but okay. You owe me a tip. This is a great time to mention that a like, share, subscribe, comment, referral, review, or personal booking all count as tips. But you can drop a little bit on my Venmo. It's all listed down below. You owe me a tip, said the lady herself. It is what it is. Look, we're kind of like matching like total opposites. I like it. We love her. We respect her. It's acceptance and equality, but also it's about the money. Okay. Anyways. There it is. Skull of Darkness, Blind Spots. That's so interesting. It came up a lot in the last... I believe it was the elemental readings that I did. The Skull of Darkness came up quite a bit. So, mapping out the overall feeling this month. And then what I'm going to do with these cards is shuffle them until I get, let's say, 3 Zodiac cards, and I'm going to do specific messages from the Halloween Oracle for 3 Zodiacs, okay? And yeah, I'm going to do that at the end, I think. So stay tuned. to see who it is. And remember, cross-watching is a thing. It's not something I recommend all the time. And of course, you never want to be obsessive or pry too much in other people's lives. But you can also look into the other parts of your own chart. And there's nothing wrong with checking in with the people in your life once in a while either. So even if your sign doesn't come up, there might be some kind of connection to that sign for you. So I do recommend you stay tuned regardless. I might even pull out Maladraga, my little pendulum, for a few yes or no questions for just the general towards the end. If I remember, I say it a lot and it's right there. The mermaid's gotta, but sometimes I just forget, you know? So anyways, I think I'm going to start with the demons. I kind of want to start with demons, so I think I will. Skull of Darkness, blind spots. Okay, so if that's the overall message here, and I want to talk about the financial forecast for the month, there might be some unexpected hiccups, roadblocks, expenses even, so just be very careful to be screwed out of money or swindled in any type of way. 'Tis the season for demons at play, really though, so just be very careful. All right, look out for yourself and your assets. But let's see, Asmodeus, we're just going to get a little bit of advice from each of the daemons when it comes to finances, the economy. Let's see what Asmodeus is going to start us off with. Beware of lusting to excess, allowing desires to dictate actions without thought to the broader picture. See, that blind spot could also be that you have a certain level of income, so you're used to a certain amount of spending, and then all of a sudden something changes and you blindside yourself, really. But beware of lusting to excess, allowing desires to dictate actions without thought to the broader picture. All right, Cerberus. Cerberus, that hellhound. Focus on humility and finding comfort within means instead of wanting beyond budget. Whew, that blind side, though, right? Blind spot. I just feel like there's going to be some type of financial burden for a lot of people coming up. It could even be that we go back into some sort of, you know, I hate to say it, but you know exactly what I mean. I rang this before I started the video. I'll try to remember to do it at the end. Because we need some cleansing and healing and some sound therapy would be nice, wouldn't it? You could be coming up on hard times once again. Some people overspend during the holidays as well. So this is really kicking off that time of year where we can get a little out of control. And especially if your emotions are affected by the weather or the holidays, then there could be a lot of that going on as well. Okay, so focus on humility and finding comfort within means instead of wanting beyond budget. We have Behemoth. Behemoth, this little elephant. Whew, okay, this one is a little bit strange. Beware of considering natural instincts and actions in moderation as things to be scorned or mocked. Some territorial feelings, hungers, and instincts are perfectly reasonable human reactions as long as we think before acting on them. Heavy theme going on here. We have not really strayed from the point of any of these cards. They are basically saying the same thing. Beware of the spending. Beware of how you're investing. Beware of your assets. Okay? It's like, heard. What can you really do? Let me read it one more time. Beware of considering natural instincts and actions in moderation as things to be scorned or mocked. Okay, so if somebody is very frugal and you're constantly trying to get them to go out and to spend their money, it's like you're going to look like the dumbass, quite frankly, when they are okay and you're being blindsided. You feel me? So like, lay off. If they seem excessively cheap or whatever you want to say, they're budgeting, okay? You never know what somebody's finances can really be like, right? Some territorial feelings, hungers, and instincts are perfectly reasonable human reactions as long as we think before acting on them. That's very interesting. They almost feel like two completely different thoughts when you pull them apart like that, don't they? So, whatever, food for thought when you really break it down, right? Let's see what Ukabak's got. Ukabak, 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 Ukabak. I love his name. Ukabak, 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 Ukabak. Beware of taking workers for granted. See, he's a union man. Non-management workers in retail, construction, service, and other industries may sometimes seem invisible, but those individuals are essential to a smoothly running society. Closer to home, take care to appreciate those individuals working under your leadership. Ukabak, ukabak, ukabak. For the people, okay? Ukabak's all about class solidarity, all right? So, especially if you're haggling someone who doesn't have as good of a job as you, or some shit doesn't make the money you do, instead of being blah, 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 maybe realize that everybody's got their own role in this world and they're just trying to do theirs, so do yours, and don't confuse the two. Very cool. Ukabak, Ukabak. He's a good one. I love him. Beware of taking workers for granted. I'm reading it again. It's long, but I read them all twice. Non-management workers in retail, construction, service, and other industries may sometimes seem invisible, but those individuals are essential to a smoothly running society. We know that so well after last year, don't we? And if you still, God help you. Closer to home, take care to appreciate those individuals working under your leadership. Closer to home, too, makes me wonder if it could be somebody related to you that maybe, they don't live up to what you thought they would be. Back the fuck up off them. Daemon. Let's check out Daemon. The Daemon. Okay. Beware of misinformation through the telephone game. Gossip and rumors passed through many sources until the original facts are completely lost. Sounds like there's some issues maybe going on in the workplace where, yes, the money seems to be affected greatly, but it almost seems like it's going to become a bit of a war in a sense where you feel someone else is at fault for your shortcomings. Or somebody tells you or tries to tip you off about something, just be wary of any information that comes to you during this time. It's like, people enjoy Halloween or dress up for Halloween and therefore sort of pretend for Halloween. But some of us have been celebrating these things for thousands of years. You know what I mean? So it's a very different time, and everybody has different beliefs, but it's so easy when everything walks freely, okay, like it does so distinctly in October. It kind of just, again, the entirety of spooky season, when the world is dead, so are they. And like the trees will live again, so on. So these things, I'm not saying everybody's walking around possessed by demons. I'm just saying I think people generally, when the veil is thinner, they're a bit more easily influenced, if you will. So it's just something to be conscious of. Lots of warnings about money and treating people fairly and seeing things from a new perspective even, but watching your spending, watching the budgets, redoing your numbers, and not giving people such a hard time about theirs. Okay, so I'm going to read this one more time. Beware of misinformation through the telephone game. Gossip and rumors pass through many sources until the original facts are completely lost. Don't listen to anyone. They know not what they say. They say not what they know. You're a gnome. No, you're a gnome. Okay. Beware of holding, there's a lot of bewares too, which like, they don't all start that way, but when they do, here they are. Beware of holding on to things past their natural end. Focus on allowing grief and loss to run their natural course, move on to a new cycle. So don't get too caught up in the drama because you have things that you are actually maybe dealing with, things that you need to face, address, heal from, and move on, move forward even, rather than get too fixated on maybe what is going on at work, maybe someone passed away in your life, but maybe like a coworker's leaving, or you're investing your money elsewhere, finding new partners, leaving someone behind, moving even. So there could be a lot going on for you, but you have to do your best to just recognize that all of these decisions were made meticulously, particularly for you. Okay? That's that. And I have 2 face down. You know, I don't usually do that. I'm going to put them over here. I'm going to, whatever the 3 signs are, I'm going to use these 2 demon cards for them. Because that was good, I think. I am going to peek in at some of these Halloween oracles here. See what's going on for the group. And then we are going to get some zodiacs. Okay. So the 3 cards that I have here to go with this Skull of Darkness, which is blind spots. Something tells me that's more about the financial forecast than it is about the overall message, but we're going to see how they kind of intersect. Because we have joy, rejoicing in the present, okay? This is still harvest season. It may be creepy crawly, but it's harvest season, and it's time to see how well you did with whatever you planted in the spring. Were you nourishing it? Were you working on it? Were you tending to it? Were you inspired by it? Were you doing it? Are you reaping what you've sown at this time? Have you grown abundance? Have you grown love? Do you have a harvest? You're getting that payout. You fill in the market. Okay? This is harvest season. So rejoice in the present. Do your crop dance. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if that's like culturally insensitive or something. I don't know. It just came out of my mouth. I don't know anything about crop dances. I'm going to know more about crop circles. It's kind of my alley. So go make a crop circle. I don't know. Rejoice in the present. Be grateful for what you have already done. Be grateful for what you already have. Be grateful for what you know could be coming, and try to believe that it is on its way. This is where it all unfolds. This is the time of year. This is where it all says, hey, you did great. Okay? Rejoice, because it seems like it's going to be a good turnout for everyone. We have Night Song, Hidden Talents. This has been coming up a lot lately, too. Here's the thing about the Skull of Darkness. That these 2 cards have been coming up, and it's almost like you're going to continue to run into these blind spots the longer that you put off this thing that you're meant to be doing. Okay? This isn't something that you already do and you're trying to get noticed for or something like that. This is something that people don't even realize that you do, or if they know, they still haven't seen you do it. Okay? This is like something that maybe is passed down from your bloodline, something that maybe even your ancestors that aren't your even direct relatives. I mean, there's a lot of really, different ties to guides and ancestors that we have because it's such a long existence. You know what I'm saying? So it might not be the obvious choices. Kind of like I'm hearing like a cross-culture thing, okay? But everybody's got this something, and the more you do it, the more you are released, the more your ancestors are relieved, the more you can move on, heal generationally, okay? But you got to do it. It's a hidden talent that needs to come to surface. And then we have the veil, the future. Your whole world depends on it. I'll put out a personal example. I will. I do tarot, and I, of course, would love my tarot channel to be of success, if you will. Whatever mark that is. I think it's been a lot of fun, and I could care less, but I'm just saying, tarot's my obvious talent, but something that's hidden, right? I love to sing. Nobody ever hears me sing. It's very rare to hear me sing. I never record. I never perform, but it's actually something, especially just having a religious background, that does sort of run in my family, right? And so that would be my night song, an actual song. And now is a good time to be doing it. Of course, I'm like, well, I'm busy. But you, okay, you should do your thing, and I'll try to do mine, all right? Because the veil, the future, it's like you maybe can even see it more and more lately. You hear it, you see it. smell it. You know, maybe you're a painter. You haven't been painting, but your mother painted and your grandmother painted and all the women in your family were, you know, go back and you're freaking Frida Kahlo's great something. You know what I mean? Envision the paint. Smell the paint. Do the strokes, you know. Even if you don't have time for a canvas, even if you don't know what you want to do, start imagining it. It's probably there already. And the camera just did this weird blanky thing. That was strange. It's probably there already. You can already see it. And it's not about envisioning it, but it's about embracing those visions that you're already having. To be like, huh, now I'm manifesting. So, your future depends on it. And it would make you very happy. Okay. This is already 20 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my 3 zodiac cards, and then I'm going to do a separate video just because this one is a bit long. If you would agree. Don't know what these are. Neither one of them zodiacs. Okay. So basically, I'm just going to shuffle this. And I might even just flip them. After I shuffle a couple times. I think that sounds fun to just flip through them instead of shuffling and let them fall out. You know? Okay. Okay. 4 of discs. 10 of wands. 8 of discs. The devil, Capricorn. You are on the bonus. The Hierophant, Taurus. Capricorn or Taurus, all right, in between. The Chariot. Wow, they came out 3 in a row. That is interesting. I pulled 3 cards and then the 3 zodiacs. You saw the shuffle, right? And the Prince of Wands is here. So definitely come tune in to see the Capricorn, Taurus, and Cancer bonus video. Kind of random, but also Capricorn's always killing it with views on my channel, and Taurus is usually up there. Cancer, not so much. So I like the balance of heavy viewers, mid viewers, and low viewers, actually. Very, very much. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be using the Halloween Oracle. Again, if there is a placement in your chart that any of this fits, come watch. Someone in your life, come find out. Times, significant times in the calendar year even. But yes, going to get that started. Thank you once again for tuning in, and happy Halloween. And just like a moment of gratitude for our Grand Martha, if you will, Elvira, and her coming out as the pansexual icon that we sort of always knew she was. Okay. God bless. Happy Halloween.